Adi Shankara's Bhaja Govindam composition. We are beginning with the 8th stanza, but let me give you a quick recap of the 7 stanzas which we have understood the meaning of. In the first stanza, Shankara basically says, take the Lord's name because all your pursuit of knowledge is not going to help you at the time of death. In the second stanza, he says, foolish people run behind the money and all money is the result of karma. So just be happy with whatever you already have. In the third stanza, he says that the minute you see women's breasts or navel region, all you get is excited. But they are in fact just deformities of flesh, right? So think about it. And in the fourth stanza, he talks about the volatility of life. He compares life to a water drop which rains on a lotus leaf, which may stick to it or which may just roll off. Life is equally volatile. So do not waste your life. And in the next stanza, he says, people use you. All relationships in the society, including familial relationships, are all a product of money or benefit. As long as people find a benefit in you, they stick to you. So do not take these relationships very seriously. And in the next stanza, he talks about how life is wasted in play during childhood, in women during youth, and in worries during old age. And actually no one is interested in realizing the true self. Now in the 8th stanza, he talks about this. He is basically questioning us in the 8th stanza as to who we really are. Since in the 7th stanza we have wasted all our life without self-inquiry, in the 8th stanza he is in your face questioning. Kate kanta kaste putraha. Who is your wife? Who is your son? Kanta is wife, Putra is son. What wife and who son? He is saying. Then samsaro ayamativa vichitraha. The world is indeed very strange. Whom do you call your wife? Whom do you call your son? Isn't the world very strange? He is remarking. And then he is saying, kasyatvam kah kuta ayataha. Whom do you belong to? Do you belong to your wife? Do you belong to your son? Do you belong to your parents? Whom do you belong to? Whose product are you? Whom do you belong to? And he also questions, Kuta ayataha, where did you come from? Where have you come from? Have you pondered on these questions? What wife, whose son? Isn't the world very strange? Right? And he is saying, whom do you belong to and where have you come from? And then he says, Tattvam Chintaya Tadiha Brataha. He is referring to us as Brataha, brother. Oh brother, think about the truth. Chinta is thought. Think, worry. If you really have to worry about who you are. Tattvam. Tattvam is the essence, the truth. Think about the truth. Ponder over these truths. Correct? All these relationships in the world, aren't they strange? Whom do you belong to? What belongs to whom? Are you the husband of your wife? Are you the father of your child? Are you the son of your parents? Are you the patient of your doctor? Are you the lawyer of your client? Who are you? He's asking, what are these relationships? Isn't the world strange? Do you belong to them? Whom do you really belong to? Where have you come from? Did you ever worry about these things? Tattvam, essence, the truth. Think about that, oh brother. So here he is being friendly because it's not about friendly. He's actually taking pity on all of us. Pity on the world. In 7th stanza where he said your whole life has been wasted without self-inquiry, he's feeling a very deep sense of pity for all of us. He's saying, oh brother, brataha. Brataha is English brother. Oh brother, have you thought about these things? Where have you come from? Whom do you belong to? Is it not? Isn't the world very strange? Because you yourself would have seen a lot of cases where the people whom you call friends at one point in life, cut to 10 years later and those people don't exist in your life. Correct? You call someone a parent, someday the parents will leave you. Death. is inevitable, then who is your parent? Did you belong to them? Your son, your daughter, your children will leave you and go away for their own career, for their own life building. So whom do you really belong to? Are these relationships true? Who are you? Where did you come from? What is your origin? Did you ponder about these questions? Isn't the world very strange? Indeed it is strange, is it not? People whom we think are our very closest people might not exist in our life after a point in time. Is it not? Even enmity, we hate someone, even those people do not exist after a point in time. I'm not even talking about death. They might be alive, they are no more relevant to us. Your best friends might be alive, they are not relevant to us anymore. At that point in life, we thought life revolves around them. We belong to them. Our life is revolving around them. Or even take corporate offices. How long do you stick to a company? Attrition levels are rising rapidly. Earlier days, my parents have worked in a single organization for more than 30 years and then retired. Do you think that's the trend now? I'm seeing resumes where people don't even work for 3 years continuously in one company. People are constantly jumping from company to company for more money or due to some corporate politics. There's no stability in your career. So even if you say, I belong to this company, I'm an employee, how long? Then later you belong to another company, whom do you really belong to? What are you? Have you pondered about these questions? Because of the temporariness of this whole world, the world being so temporary, every relationship being temporary, whether it is family, whether it is employment, whether it is business, relationships are so temporary, is it not? Yeah, maybe some are more longer than the others. Some relationships might last a little longer than the others, like family relationships last longer. But eventually everyone departs. Everyone has their own journey. Your soul has its own journey. The body will be left here and you will be taken away because you are not the body. You will be gone out of this body. Then where do you go? Where did you come from? Where do you go is secondary. Do you know your origin? Where did you come from? Did you ponder about these? So in this stanza, Shankaracharya is really talking deeply to ourselves. So deeply to us, he's trying to connect to us very deeply at a very pitiful level. All your life has been wasted. Have you really thought about these questions? What wife? Who son? Right? Do you belong to them? Where did you come from? Did you ponder about these questions? Or you are just enjoying this temporariness of the world and thinking this is permanent? Or you are just trying to enjoy this temporariness as long as it lasts? This is what Shankara is pointing out. So by this stanza, he is now feeling a pity. Until then, he was very in your face telling how dumb you are. But here, he is actually reaching out to us and questioning us. Have you thought about these things, brother? He is asking. As we go ahead, he will reveal more and more truths about the way life works. And eventual goal is to get you to start pondering on these questions. So eventually you realize the true self. That is what Adi Shankaracharya is trying to do with his whole composition. And this composition is for lay people like us. This is not for some philosophers. This is not for some great intellectual, spiritual minds. This is for you, me, everyone. Probably this is one of the works of Adi Shankaracharya which is meant for everyone. In fact, someone was asking me in the comment section whether Adi Shankaracharya was very popular during his time. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, he was popular, but he was not as popular as he is now. When he existed and he lived for a very short period of time, he lived only for a period of 32 years or so. In that short period of time, he has accomplished a lot, but he was not recognized or he was not very popular or famous. He was not even trying to be famous at that point. He just came here, delivered his message and he exited. That's it. He was self-realized. He was trying to make all of us self-realized. Of course, he could not do it over his lifetime. 1200 years later, we are still discussing his compositions. So he has left obviously unforgettable remark on our civilization, on Indian civilization, as to explaining how life works and what is the reality of reality. Correct? What is your true self? So until we again go ahead into the next 9th stanza, see you guys. Bye-bye.